2026 is a pivotal year for the Baltimore Orioles. For the last couple of seasons, it's been known that they don't really go out and sign guys with qualifying offers attached. They like their draft picks. They like their high-round draft picks. This team isn't rebuilding anymore. They don't need to kind of stack up the farm anymore. They're at that point where now's the World Series window. Now's the playoff push window. It's now or never. To keep skipping out on some of these higher-end players, I don't think that's the play anymore. Not that it really was prior, but I understood it. Now's the time. These qualifying offer players, they're the separation from you just maybe making the playoffs and then going to make a deep run. Framber Valdez, Shota Umaga, Dylan Cease, Michael King, Kyle Schwarber, Kyle Tucker, Bo Bichette, Brandon Woodruff, Ranger Suarez, even Edwin Diaz. Like all those guys that I just named, take this Orioles squad to the next level. And knowing that it's not even a first-round pick this year, to give up a second-round pick to sign a Kyle Schwarber or a Framber Valdez or even a Dylan Cease, I know there's negativity surrounding Dylan Cease, and his numbers weren't that great this year, but look, the guy stayed healthy for 5 or 6 straight years. He's going to give you 180 innings. He's going to have a high strikeout ratio. Those are all things that this rotation needs. He's not going to be relied on as your ace. You slot him in that 2 or 3 hole. I think that fits very nicely in this rotation. Look, I would even go out and get 2. Go give up 2 qualifying offer players. Brandon Woodruff, Dylan Cease, or Kyle Schwarber and Dylan Cease. Go big. This is the time. This team had a $159 million payroll last year. After arbitration this year, they're looking at about 89. So already you have to spend roughly 60, 70 million just to get back to where you were last year. But is that even enough to compete? I don't think so. Just to get back to, say, that $160 million range, add another 40 on that. You likely are going to have to spend $80 to $120 million this offseason as far as annual contracts. Now's the time to do it. The players that have received this qualifying offer, like I said, can elevate this team. This team is good. We hope this coaching staff is going to pull the best out of them. I'm very hopeful for that. I'm very excited for what's here right now and hearing all the different things coming out of their mouths. But now's the time. Look at what Framber Valdez could do to this rotation. Look at Kyle Schwarber could do to that lineup. Kyle Tucker even. Bo Bichette even. Every single one of those guys, you got to land at least one of them, in my opinion. Identify one of them. If it's Kyle Schwarber, Bo Bichette, Kyle Tucker, trade for a pitcher. There's a couple good ones available. Trade for one. If you want to spend it on a pitcher, still trade for another one. Really make this rotation elite. Stack the bullpen. Now is the time to elevate this baseball team far beyond what you ever did prior. And I know it's really easy to say that's not Mike Elias' MO. That's not what he's done. He's never going to do it. I get the negativity. I really, really do. In my personal opinion, his back's against the wall this year. They allowed him to pick another manager. They're allowing him to kind of oversee this one more time. And you go out and you miss the playoffs again, and you be a little stingy again, and your pitching staff again isn't all that great, and your hitters fail, you're gone. So now's the time I think Mike is finally going to be aggressive. We keep hearing David say, hey, the checkbook's open. There's no restrictions. Now's the time. So to me, look, like the guys that I named, even Edwin Diaz, right? The back end of that bullpen. There's pros and cons to every one of these guys, and I get it. And I hope you talk to me about it in the comments here. Definitely pros and cons to each player. But there's no denying that each one of these players with a qualifying offer attached elevates the Orioles from where they are right now. Aggressively, I want to go and get 2 of them. Give me 2 of them. Because there's still a slew of free agents that are pretty good behind this crop here. Are you going to have to overpay? Probably. But you know what? Don't sit here and say that there's no restrictions and then you complain about overpaying. If we got to overpay a guy like we did with Tyler O'Neill last year, I'm not going to complain. Does it suck when they underperform? Yes. Yes, it does. It was painful to watch Tyler O'Neill last year. But it was also a message that, hey, the Orioles are ready to go. They're ready to spend. If you go out and give Kyle Tucker a lot of money or Kyle Schwarber a lot of money or Dylan Cease a lot of money, You're changing a narrative. Signing a player with a qualifying offer also changes a narrative. It's going to let teams know, it's going to let front offices know, and it's going to let players know that you're finally ready to show that you're trying to make this a championship baseball team. Because right now, they see it, they see the talent that's there, but they don't see you kind of packing it in to make that run. Got to go against the grain here. You got to do something different. You can't keep worrying about your first and second round picks. I know that they make your team better in the long run if you hit on them. But sometimes, if it's just 1 year, right? If you get 3 really good years out of Framber Valdez, who cares about 1 year of a first round pick? Who cares? So now's the time. The Orioles have got to get this done. They got to go against the grain. You guys let me know. Who is your favorite qualifying offer player? To me, I'm looking at the list here. I don't have a favorite. I can't pick. There's that many good players that would help this team. Cease, Amaga, Valdez, Schwarber, Tucker, Bichette. I can't pick my favorite one because each one of them uniquely helps the Orioles in some different way. It's got to be, you got to find at least one starting pitcher out of there, in my opinion. I'm a big Brandon Woodruff fan. If you wanted to wait a little bit and kind of give him maybe just a 3-year deal, he's had some injury history. You know, he's been hurt a lot, but you know what? He's really, really good. Do you want to take that chance? That's a question man to be seen. Do you want to play it safe with Dylan Cease, who stays healthy? Do you want to swing big for Framber Valdez? Whatever you do, get it done. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comment section below. If you like this kind of content, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.